Change is in the air for the Microsoft partner community. Extreme365 is a one-of-a-kind conference where the Dynamics 365 community forge fruitful and meaningful relationships and dive deep into current and future Microsoft technologies. Extreme365 provides meaningful sessions for all individuals in the partners organization. The sales sessions revolve around current Microsoft initiatives in the One Commercial Partner team, including topics addressing the go-to-market, build, and sell motions. The technical sessions revolve around the Microsoft Intelligent Business Cloud and include topics such as finance and operations, sales, marketing, talent, and others. In addition, you will hear all about the Intelligent Business Cloud platform components, including the common data model, Power Apps, Flow, Power BI, and how it all fits together on Azure. At our events, you'll interact with Microsoft leaders and stay up to date with the current and future Microsoft technology roadmap. Extreme365, where the Dynamics 365 community gathers to transform with Microsoft, leveraging the Intelligence Business Cloud. Be a part of the revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Joe Corigliano, Extreme365.
Thank you. What a great video to show what the next 3 days are about. So welcome everybody to Long Beach, or whether you're on the live stream, welcome. My name is Joe Corigliano. I help produce this community event, and I'm happy to introduce tonight's first speaker, Ron Huddleston. So I'd like to share a little story. So I met Ron a couple years ago in San Diego, and we were in the route of producing our next Dynamics conference, and we asked Ron to keynote, which he did. And it was in that discussion that I saw that Ron had really, really big changes that he wanted to make to Microsoft and how they partner. And I think I've been involved with Microsoft for the last 25 years, and in the last 6 months, probably the biggest changes, not only in the partner model, but the entire sales organization. So today, Ron and his team is responsible for global partners, driving the One Commercial Partner initiative. His team drives the programs and initiatives to help partners transform their business, to help serve customers today in the digital economy. So with that said, I'd like to introduce one of the thought leaders for one of the great companies in the world, Ron Huddleston. Thanks, Bob. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I do love this event. I did meet Joe, was that a year ago? At this exact event, and I always hear the same feedback, not from this mic, but from the event. And the feedback is usually like the content's great just because it's spot on. This group can work together really well. There's people in the room who really know this market really well. There's also some people in the room that don't spend as much time around the Microsoft world. And so the content is really spot on, but then working with each other is one of the real benefits of this event, having this tight-knit community that you can learn from. And so I just like the way that it's organized around that, and that the group of people that are here that are like-minded, whether it's here or in Europe, is also always just a wonderful community. And so I want to spend a few minutes setting the stage for the rest of the 3 days and what's going on. Joe talked about changes that we'd made inside of the Microsoft organization, and that's true. But believe me, it wasn't. No one wants to make changes. What we want to do is have our customers be more successful and our partners be more successful. And if there was anything we can do to make that more probable, to give you more ability to grow, to give our customers more ability to succeed, we're going to do that. And so I want to sort of set the stage for you around what we've been trying to do to accomplish those two goals, have our partners achieve more, have our customers achieve more over the last year, because it has been a year. And then we're going to spend most of this time with the U.S. leaders of the partner organization, and I'm just going to have them up here, and we're going to talk through a bunch of questions that were submitted by you already. I think we're going to get through 7 or 8 questions across 3 people, so we'll see how many we can get through. So I was a bright-eyed little boy a year ago when, with customers, they're focused on only customers. They're called channel managers. That's a new group focused on getting the right partner to the right customer at the right time. That's just one focus, and this is a new role, so they're learning how to be great at this job. But as they learn, they're going to be experts in bringing in you exactly when you're sort of the best at what you do. It's your job, which we're going to talk about, to make sure we know what you're the best at, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about. And then there's the go-to-market team, which connects the two, because no matter what, there's so much going on. We have to think in building blocks. We have to think of, do we have the right amount of partners on Dynamics delivering in Minnesota? Do we have the right amount of partners building on field service anywhere in the world to sell to Minnesota? And so the go-to-market team helps us sort of focus to make sure that we know where the building blocks are needed and where we need to go get them from, if that makes sense. It's sort of the central nervous system to tie these two groups together, because the people focused on partner success and the people focused on customer success are always slightly in tension. They are always slightly pushing each other further and further to get better and better. The build with folks, never happy with how well the sell with folks are treating their partners, which is good for you. The sell with folks are always giving you feedback about what you could do better about supporting their customers. And so, the wheel spins. There are two quick things. Again, this is just to level set. I only wanted to put this up so everyone would be on the same page, because we're going to bring people up. We're going to talk through all this, and I just don't, if we start running into acronym soup, like someone scream, but I figured I'd give you a cipher just in case. So the cipher to understand at the highest level is the partner management team is focused on partner success, dedicated to you, designated to you, and whatever you want to do, whatever area you want to sell into, whatever technology you want to sell, that's what they're dedicated to. We measure growth against your name and any type of impact that you have. That could even be how many people you certify that work for you. Like it's really broad. I mean, we're really pushing the limits on what success looks like because you are defining it. And you can see the life cycle that they're measured against is all about you. So recruit, by the way, doesn't mean recruit your competition. Recruit means help you grow your next business. So if you're saying, hey, I want to start a field service business, or hey, I want to move into security, and you want to start a security practice, great. That counts as a recruit motion for them. Does that make sense? Like they can recruit you, even though they know you, if you want to start a new business. And they'll track you all the way through and bring in the resources you need to get you up and running. And what they're focused on is that first time you generate revenue in that new motion. And then on the sell with side, this is just a regular sales motion. These channel managers are tied into our sales reps CRM, we call MSX, and they're in there every day being measured on attach rate and what partners are doing the best and who's driving consumption. Good? We're all on the same page? All right. Makes sense to me finally. It's only been a year. You need to, this again is just a cipher, because we're going to get in here and really start talking about reality. And so I want to leave you with this thought as we jump in. This has been my personal sort of, and I don't know if this is like a map into my mind because it is kind of busy, but it is start over here and how you each work together with each other. I think maybe we should frame this, because there's a lot going on there, but internally this is how people think about how the teams work together. So we thought, as this question gets answered, I can't blame him for that. As this question gets answered, it'd be good to have this up. So if you look at the image behind me on the right-hand side, it's how we think about our partners. And yes, there are all these ways to categorize partners. Every partner makes IP. Every partner has services. But there were a lot of categories before, and we've got them down to what most partners said was probably the right place to start. And of course, we'll always learn. But partners on the right-hand side, partners on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side for you, you'll have how we've segmented out our customers. In between is the organization you see right here. So why don't we go ahead and talk about how you each operate with each
Great.
other, starting with Casey.
Yeah, so the first thing I'll say for the partners in this room today, I know that there's been a significant amount of change, and so you've all experienced that in different ways, and I just want to say thank you for the resilience, thank you for the patience, and I feel like I've had a couple partner meetings today, and I've learned that we're certainly, I think, getting to a stride where things are starting to mesh a little bit better, so thank you for that. I think all of you at some point have either interacted with somebody on my team or have interacted with somebody at Microsoft that perform a build with function. And so I won't spend too much time talking to the slide. I'll just say that we are very focused on either building new businesses with you or helping you grow existing businesses. That's the simplest way to distill down what the partner development manager, the PDM, is focused on with you. And I think there's a bit of a misnomer today that a lot of the build with is focused on technical. Surely you have technical needs where you're exposed to some of our technical communities, and that's an essential aspect of what we do. But really, the world-class PDM and the world-class partnership is focused on building a business with you. So that's looking at the market potential, that's looking at the industries that you can plug into, it's looking at the growth opportunities that we have, it's the investments from Microsoft. And so as you work with that PDM, really that's the focus, is really thinking about how do we accelerate your growth. So another way to put it is, if you had zero support from Microsoft and you grew at 20% year over year, what could we do with more support from Microsoft and get you to 40% or 60% or 100%? And I will say that's absolutely the way you should be engaging with those PDMs, and it's what I'm asking my PDMs to do every day.
That's great. And so I work really closely with Casey and his PDM organization as well. My team is structured in a couple different areas. First is we think about the 4 solution areas. So you saw earlier on the slide, when you think about the 4 solution areas, and business applications being one of those, we look after the holistic partner ecosystem and its success of how we actually go to market against that solution area, and make sure, as Casey talked about, are we helping then get into the next solution area and helping you recruit into the next practice or your next set of IP or your next way of which you're going to go to market. We also then have partner marketing advisors that are aligned by partners as well. So we are personally invested in your growth and your success. And again, we actually partner with Casey's team, and we'll go in very early on as you're thinking about how do you become go-to-market ready. So Ron talked about, wow, we're going to help you get to that place where you are ready to have the right solution at the right time and the right customer. We want to help you with that in designing what that go-to-market and getting you connected into the plays that we're running in the US or in a particular geography and or a particular industry. And then very closely with Karen's team in making sure that we are supplying all of the demand and lead opportunity so that they have the market momentum behind you as you go to market with customers and as we talked about in the digital transformation.
Thanks, Gretchen. And then, just to click down another level on my team, as I mentioned, they're aligned to all the different segments in the United States. So we have an enterprise team, the enterprise channel managers. They're aligned to the 8 geographic regions and then the 2 industry regions. Our industries are healthcare and financial services. Within those 8 geographic regions, though, they're aligned by either retail, so we'll have a channel manager that's focused on retail, manufacturing, and then some that are focused on a mixed set of industries. Within public sector, they're aligned to federal, state, and local, or education. And then within SMC, we don't have industry alignment in SMC, but we do have geographic alignment, and they're focused either on a team that's in the West region or the East region. And so the team is focused, again, aligned to customers and driving through on the solutions that the build with and the go-to-market teams put together. So helping our partners plug into opportunities to go deliver proofs of concepts or pilots, et cetera, to help deploy solutions with our customers.
Okay, that was wonderful. Now let's get to the questions, some of the questions people had. The first one was, well, basically, the team just went through what their roles do and how they work with each other. The first question was, what do you think's going well, and what do you think we need to spend more time working on? So basically, how's it going by role? I think by area, basically. So let's, Karen, can we start with you?
Sure.
And so how's it going? What's working well, and what do you think we need to put a little more work into and learn a little more from?
So I'll start off with a really positive thing. You know, we have gone through a little bit of change in the company. The best part about it, though, is that a lot of the folks on my team, really, their role changed, as Ron was mentioning earlier. It's a new role, but those folks were consistently aligned with the teams that they're aligned to today. So while there's change with the account teams, for the most part, the channel managers know where those customers are, who those account teams are, and are really helping to quickly get partners back engaged with the customers. The other thing that is really positive that I see in this new model